The short-term rental market had its moment in the spotlight during the pandemic. We've already covered the rise of vacation rentals in that period, how people ditched crowded hotels for private, socially distanced getaways, fueling a boom in demand. But what happened after the initial frenzy? As the world reopened and travel patterns normalized, the short-term rental gold rush started to lose steam. Many companies that had shown explosive growth earlier struggled to adapt to the new reality. So what's been happening in the industry post-pandemic? Let's look at how the market landscape changed and how STR businesses perform in a tougher environment. As restrictions lifted, the travel industry let out a collective sigh of relief. Airports got busy again. Cruise ships packed in vacationers like sardines. Theme parks saw their turnstiles spinning faster than ever. And hotels? These guys rolled out the red carpets and threw their doors wide open. All of a sudden, the hospitality sector became way too crowded. Vacation renters that were basking in sky-high demand had to shift over and make space for returning hotel old guard. And within the STR market itself? Well, it was like everyone and their neighbor decided to become a host overnight. Jamie Lane, chief economist at AirDNA. We saw more and more people looking to convert their homes to short-term rentals, so supply could be added in an instant. It takes 10 minutes to create a listing, while building a hotel can take years. As more people jumped into the rental game, standing out was getting tougher. Now, hosts had to get creative and offer unique stays to attract guests. How about staying in a giant boot? Or a converted crane? Ain't that easy to compete here, is it? As if competition wasn't enough, regulations started rolling in hot. Many places, including New York, San Francisco, Barcelona, London, and Istanbul, have introduced rules like rental caps or licensing requirements, making it trickier to operate. But why all the fuss? Well, to begin with, locals aren't exactly thrilled about their neighborhoods turning into 24/7 tourist hubs, packed with rolling suitcases and never-ending party vibes. Then there's the housing market. Short-term rentals drive up prices, making it harder for residents to find affordable places to live. There's also the tax factor. Many hosts skip out on paying their fair share, leaving cities to deal with the extra tourist load without the budget boost to match. So, naturally, governments stepped in, trying to keep the balance between booming tourism and livable cities. And of course, let's not forget the economic roller coaster. High inflation rates and shifts in disposable income mean that people's travel budgets also fluctuate, impacting how often and where they can afford to rent. Sounds rough, right? Well, hold up. There's another side to this coin. Despite the challenges, vacation rentals are far from fading away. In fact, they showed resilience and remain a popular choice, driven by several massive trends. The big one is, of course, the remote work revolution. With more people swapping office cubicles for beachfront cafes and mountain cabins, the whole workcation trend took off. This means people aren't just looking for a quick getaway. They need a place that doubles as an office. And let's be honest, a cramped hotel room with a wobbly desk and overpriced Wi-Fi just won't cut it. That's where STRs come in, offering cozy homes with actual workspaces and, hopefully, decent coffee machines. Another driver for the STR market was investor enthusiasm. High returns of the pandemic period have caught the eye of venture funds, and soon enough, the money poured into STR startups like AvantStay, Evolve, or Hostaway. Many of these companies were tech providers, and that's another reason for the sector's growth. Advances in technology have made managing and booking short-term rentals so much easier. AI chatbots to handle guest inquiries, powerful search engines to help travelers find the perfect stay, dynamic pricing to be on par with the competition. STR management is now slicker than ever. So, with all these forces pushing and pulling the market, how's it actually doing? Well, depends on who you ask. Some businesses thrive like a well-watered houseplant, while others, not so much. One of the most dramatic examples is Vacasa, the poster child for too big, too fast. Turns out growing at breakneck speed under unusual circumstances isn't always a fail-safe business strategy. But let's look closer at what exactly happened. Vacasa was founded in Portland, Oregon in 2009 as a full-service property management company for vacation rentals. Just 5 years later, it was topping the lists of the fastest-growing companies in the U.S. Talk about a glow-up. Their phenomenal growth in those first years was due, in part, to the real estate downturn. When the housing market threw a tantrum in 2008, people clung to their properties like life rafts, opting to rent them out rather than sell at a loss. And that's what Vacasa helped them with, taking the management heat off the owners' shoulders. The company handled the nitty-gritty, cleaning, fixing, marketing, customer handholding, so owners could kick back and watch the cash flow in. At the same time, Vacasa was on an absolute shopping spree, snapping up smaller competitors left and right. By 2018, it became the largest vacation rental company in North America by property count. Did it stop there? Hell no. Next year, it acquired its biggest rival, Wyndham Vacation Rentals, adding another 9,000 properties to its portfolio. A couple of years later, Turnkey Vacation Rentals and its 6,000 properties got rolled into the Vacasa empire too. It was their 160th acquisition. Ultimately, Vacasa's portfolio was bursting at the seams with a whopping 40,000 properties. Scaling and market dominance? Done. Keeping the service bar high? Not really. While Vacasa was busy expanding at breakneck speed, its service quality was taking a nosedive. Guests complained about dirty rentals, poor customer support, and maintenance issues that made their vacation feel way less enjoyable. Homeowners weren't thrilled either. The dream of hands-off property management turned into a bit of a nightmare with slipping standards and not-so-great returns. In other words, the bigger Vacasa got, the worse it performed. Eventually, hosts started jumping ship, seeking a non-leaking boat. At the same time, the entire industry was facing a downturn in demand, which cast further doubt on Vacasa's ability to keep its head above water. The company's stock plummeted, and its once massive valuation shrank faster than a sandcastle at high tide. That's when HomeToGo swooped in, a Phoenix-based property management company. Despite having a more modest portfolio of 5,000 properties, bought a much larger Vacasa for a fraction of what it was once worth. Thus, the spotlight faded on the former giant. And Vacasa wasn't the only one. A similar thing happened to Selina, a once promising chain of co-living and co-working spaces for digital nomads. The brand idea was to jazz up old hotels, transforming them into vibrant hubs for remote workers for a stay, work, and explore lifestyle. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Sitting somewhere in between traditional hotels and modern alternative accommodations, Selina was actively expanding its portfolio. At its peak, it had over 100 spaces. However, despite the innovative idea and impressive growth, operational challenges led them into significant debt. In 2024, unable to resolve these issues, Selina found itself in a tight spot and was ultimately sold to Collective Hospitality to avoid insolvency. But hey, not all growth stories have to end with a faceplant. While Vacasa and Selina were snapping up competitors trying to become the biggest fish in the vacation rental pond, another player took a steadier approach. Focused on strategic partnerships and diversifying its revenue streams, it ensured balanced growth and resilience. Meet HomeToGo, which showed how a measured, versatile approach can keep a company steady on its feet. Let's see how they played the game. Launched in 2014 in Berlin, HomeToGo set out on a pretty straightforward mission: make homes accessible to everyone. Patrick Andre, CEO. The market of vacation rental used to be really fragmented, way more than, for example, the hotel market. Before HomeToGo, there wasn't a similar meta-search engine. That's the void that we tried to fill. Like Vacasa, HomeToGo began during a time of opportunity, but instead of directly managing properties, it started as a mere search engine, gathering listings from various vacation rental platforms. At first, you couldn't book directly on their site. Instead, it would send you to a partner site to finalize your booking. At that early stage, the company was earning its keep through a pay-per-click or cost-per-acquisition model. Over time, HomeToGo didn't just grow, it evolved. It added the ability to book directly on its site and worked on partnerships with property management companies and individual hosts. Now it could charge for ads and earn commissions on bookings. Then came the B2B twist with HomeToGo Pro, a suite of software tools for vacation rental suppliers that now makes up a significant 30% of the company's revenue. As part of its growth, HomeToGo pursues a robust yet balanced M&A strategy. Among others, it took over Tripping.com, a major U.S. competitor, and invested in KMW, Ryzen, and Super Urlaub, providers of thematic vacation packages. As for its latest activity, in January 2025, it announced the acquisition of Interhome, one of the largest European property management companies. That's how HomeToGo not only expanded its marketplace services, but also opened up new avenues for upselling. Today, a decade after its launch, HomeToGo stands as a global marketplace with an impressive partner list and 15 million listings. Of course, those aren't only direct ones. HomeToGo has become a leading aggregator pulling offers from thousands of partners worldwide, including heavyweights like Booking.com, Vrbo, HomeAway, and TripAdvisor. So far, we've only discussed mature, publicly traded companies. But the vibrant STR market is also home to numerous tech startups gaining traction with their innovative approaches to hospitality management. Given technology's role in shaping our reality, we can't overlook them. So let's sneak a peek at what's brewing in this sector. In 2024, two tech companies made waves in the industry with their fundraisers. One is Hostaway that brought in a staggering $365 million. And why not? When you're boasting a 10x revenue growth in just a year, you're bound to turn heads and open wallets. Another one is Guesty, scooping up a cool $130 million. Not too bad, right? Both companies are in fierce competition armed with similar weapons. They're all-in-one property management platforms for vacation rentals. The features are quite similar. Channel management that hooks up with big names like Airbnb and Booking.com, plus all the bells and whistles like centralized communication, automated billing, dynamic pricing, reporting, and so on. They're also continuously innovating with extras like website builders and damage protection services. These platforms are like personal assistants for hosts and property managers that simplify operations and aid in scaling their businesses. With both startups now valued at around $900 million, the rivalry is intense. Who's going to clinch the victory? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Technology is the big boss in shaping the future of short-term rental market. So, grab your popcorn and watch the show.
I believe we're going to see a massive shift, and it's all about which technology stack creates the most value to the property managers at the end of the day.
So, what did our exploration of the short-term rental market show us? From the highs and lows of Vacasa and Selina to the strategic balance of HomeToGo and the tech-driven vigor of Hostaway and Guesty, it's clear that the landscape is diverse and dynamic. Today, the industry is being shaped by several key trends. The increasing demand for unique, localized experiences. Travelers are seeking more than just a place to stay. They want authentic, culturally rich experiences that can rarely be found in traditional accommodations. Also, eco-conscious choices are becoming a priority, with guests and providers alike pushing for greener, more sustainable hospitality solutions. Next, technology integration becomes essential for personalized guest experiences and streamlined property management. And we can't forget about heightened regulatory scrutiny across various regions. As the market grows, so does the attention from regulators, leading to more oversight and compliance demands. These trends suggest a future where adaptability and innovation are crucial. Companies that can leverage these trends effectively will likely lead the market, making the short-term rental industry an exciting space to watch as it continues to evolve. Let us know in the comments below what's your experience with vacation rentals, and stay tuned for more travel stories.